More than ever in today's society, people are often drawn towards wanting to set up their own business and become their own boss. Many people see it as a way to control their lives for the better and have the ability to steer their own destiny. However, often this is just talk, and very few people actually follow through on their ideas and begin to take the steps to make it a reality. In today's episode, I speak to Anna Allsop, head of paid media and co founder of Visibility Agency, a remote digital marketing agency. We talk about her approach to life and business and learn about what it's really like to set up a marketing agency from scratch and make it a success. In our conversation, she reveals her career journey from working as a waitress at a cocktail bar to running her own company. She'll also share her key drivers for success that she's learned so far. All of that coming up. Welcome to the Visibility Agency Business and Marketing Podcast. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Visibility Agency Business and Marketing Podcast. Anna, thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me.
So, Anna, this is the very first episode. It's a privilege that you could be on this show today, and thank you for taking the time out to join us.
No problem. It's very exciting, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm really excited about what we can do with this podcast. The purpose is to share people's business stories and to help people to grow their businesses with business tips from all areas of business, finance, HR, growing teams, things like that, as well as, of course, what we specialize in as a marketing agency. We're going to support people with marketing strategies, tips and tricks, and give insight into some of our client campaigns to help business owners and marketing managers to grow their businesses. So that's kind of why we've set up this podcast. And Anna, you are co-founder of Visibility alongside me. So who better to do the first episode with than you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, as I say, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really happy to be the first guest as well.
Cool. So in the intro, it said that you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. So is that true?
So I was a waitress, but I was never working in a cocktail bar. But yeah, throughout the university, I was a waitress for about 3 or 4 years, working in different restaurants and coffee shops.
Okay.
So yeah,
So I made that up in the
truth,
intro.
but yeah.
A little bit made up. Okay. So please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do day to day, and what you like outside of work, like to do outside of work.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Anna Allsop, as you all know by now, and I'm a co-founder and head of paid media at Visibility Agency. Day to day is essentially a couple of different areas. The kind of main thing is obviously looking after our clients and being head of paid media. So that involves, looking after our client PPC accounts and social media ads accounts, making sure that we're delivering the right results and that everything is on track. Besides that, I also look after finance and HR department at Visibility Agency. So there's obviously a lot that goes into it, but I would say the main kind of thing that I do day to day is looking after the PPC and social media accounts.
Awesome. And can you tell us a little bit about what you like to do outside of work so the viewers and listeners can get a bit of a feel of who you are and what you like to do?
Yeah, sure. Outside of work, I really like to play squash, which I've only started this year. Had a couple of lessons, and then I got my brother into it. So we playing some games sometimes. I also kind of got into tennis this year. So it's really good fun. And I love traveling, visiting different countries and having basically like a list of countries I want to visit and seeing them one by one.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, that's a great little intro. So normally at this point, I say normally, this is the first episode, but going forward, we will be asking our interviewees a little bit about to explain a little bit about their company. So at this point, I'm going to jump in. So George, tell us about the company. Okay, so Visibility Agency is a remote digital marketing agency. We are a small team of 6 young, enthusiastic people, and we support our clients largely in the East Midlands, but throughout the UK with digital campaigns. Anna did touch on it previously, briefly. We do offer paid advertising in terms of Bing and Google, but also all the social media platforms, as well as SEO campaigns, creative SEO campaigns. We do email marketing, email automation. What else do we do? That's about it. Those are the main services.
Yeah, I think you covered it.
So yeah, that's what we do for our clients, and we support them from start to finish. Sometimes they have in-house teams, sometimes they don't, but yeah, we're here to support on the strategy to help those companies to grow. Okay, Anna, please tell us a little bit about how you got into digital marketing and how your career has developed up to this point to find yourself as the co-founder of an agency.
Everything kind of started with studying at university. I didn't actually study marketing. I did a joint honors in popular music production and business management. So people after business management often go into marketing. So I was one of those people. And yeah, how it started exactly, it was basically I was nearly ready to graduate, and I was actually planning to go back to Poland for some holidays and to kind of think about what am I going to do next, after studies, what's the plan. But just before I graduated, I noticed that they have some internship programs at university, and it was like 100 hours programs, to get some experience in different kind of areas. So there were some marketing ones, but there were also some to do with music. So I actually took 2 of these internships. The first one was with music, and the second one was with marketing. And I had an interview for that company, and basically they told me that actually they're looking for someone full-time. So if I want to, I can apply for the full-time job rather than just do the 100-hour internship. And I said yes, because I thought, I don't know if I would be able to find a job like that straight out of uni, without having kind of any bigger experience. So I thought that I might as well, and I might kind of forget about the holidays and going back to Poland for now, and just kind of get into it straight away. So I actually joined that company before I even graduated, and I joined them full time and stayed with them for a while, and that was the beginning. The company was in an affiliate marketing industry, so it was a little bit of a niche area of marketing, still interesting but not so well known. So it was really great to get experience in that. And after some time, I also wanted to get into kind of experience in other areas in digital marketing. So that's why I moved up. I changed my jobs and I got into kind of paid media side of things. And so worked for a couple of companies, gained some great experience, and then joined the visibility agency.
Okay, so that's quite a career change from affiliate marketing into kind of paid advertising. I know it's kind of a different area of marketing. So can you explain kind of the difference between those two? And also tell us a little bit about those roles that you were involved in paid media. Kind of, were they agencies? Were they in-house? How did that look for you?
Yeah, sure. So the paid media job roles were both at agencies. So I never actually had an in-house role. The difference is quite big between paid media side of things and affiliate marketing. I think sometimes it's quite difficult to explain to people what affiliate marketing really is if someone never heard about it. But it's essentially being a middleman between advertisers and publishers online. So yeah, so we were the agency was basically that kind of middleman in between. So we were trying to get offers from a variety of different advertisers, and then push those offers into different kind of affiliate websites. So the affiliate or publisher is essentially like the same thing. We would have called them different names as either affiliate or publisher. But yeah, essentially trying to get those offers onto those sites and then generating traffic and leads or sales. Whereas paid media is all about advertising online, so using platforms such as Google Ads, Microsoft Ads, Facebook Ads, and etc. And just trying to kind of generate the lead or sales for the businesses. And usually it's either like the model of paid media is either cost per click, or you can also pay by views or pay by conversions in some instances. But the kind of most popular model is cost per click or pay per click.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go into that in a bit more detail later on then. So tell me a little bit more about the industry that you're currently in. You work for Visibility Agency, you co-founded that company. Tell me a little bit about the digital marketing world as you see it, and what makes it kind of unique and interesting industry.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think there's quite a lot that goes into digital marketing these days. And I think an interesting about it is that it just develops and grows day by day. Like Google is changing things all the time. Same with Meta or Facebook. So it's really kind of important to be able to adapt to those changes, because you can learn something one day and then in a week time that thing doesn't exist anymore and you have to change it to something else. It's definitely like an interesting industry. I definitely think it's directed at young people, and it's probably quite easy for young people to learn digital marketing, because they're already using those platforms. They already use Facebook, they already use Instagram, Google, etc. I don't know what else can I can I add to this, to be honest. I think overall it's good industry to be in, I think, because it's only just starting. I think it's just gonna grow and grow.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think the digital marketing industry is developing all the time. There's new platforms and new challenges for marketers to overcome. You mentioned there about it attracts young people, and I think just to add to what you were saying is that for young people, they want to work wirelessly, they want to work online, and the pandemic has shown that this industry can cope with the change, whereas a lot of other industries have taken a bit longer to adapt. It was a bit of an abrupt change for other industries, but I think for our industry, it's been a seamless transition to working at home and working online. So excellent. Okay, so in terms of then the biggest challenge that you faced so far with your career, with your work, with maybe clients, is there one particular thing that sticks out that you might be able to tell us a little bit about?
Yeah, I think the kind of biggest thing is that trying to adapt to those changes. I think it's like nice and exciting, but sometimes it's also a little bit difficult, because there are obviously many different platforms. There are many different like separate tools that you can use in advertising or in digital marketing in general. And I just think that sometimes adapting to those changes that come in might be a little bit difficult. So just trying to update yourself all the time and read all the news, like digital marketing news, and what's changed in SEO, what's changed in PPC, what's changed in social media, what's changed in email. It's quite a lot to to kind of learn about and read about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also something you have to do all the time, like on a daily or weekly basis, because otherwise you just miss out on so much.
Mm-hmm. So on that then, how do you recommend that people in marketing and digital marketing in particular keep up to date with everything when there's constantly Google changes in 2021? I'm getting all the years mixed up, but I think it was last year, 2021.
Yeah.
There were 8 different Google updates. So for people in marketing, what is your advice to being able to keep up to date with the latest trends and what to do and what not to do?
I think the best thing is probably to follow those who do that on a very good level. So following those like big agencies or those news sites, not maybe necessarily big agencies in general, but like those
Visibility
ex
agency, I think that's what you meant.
of course, but like experts in the field, right? So if you want to learn about Google, obviously Google Ads, you obviously follow someone who's an expert in Google Ads, and the same with SEO and other platforms. um, I think also kind of just getting into a habit of reading, the digital marketing news and just visiting those sites as often as possible. So something like Search Engine Watch is a good one. It just is constantly updated. They're releasing some new articles every single day, and they're usually really, really good with kind of writing articles about those changes. So if something changes in Google Ads, they have an article about it in, the same day or the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, following those kind of news sites as well as experts in the field is probably the best thing to do to keep up with all the trends.
Okay, great. So in terms of your day-to-day role and working in this industry, how do you what do you feel is kind of the best part of the job?
The best part of the job is when you get the great results for your clients and when they're happy with what you do. Yeah, I think that's kind of the most rewarding thing, because obviously it's great when you set up, like a great campaign and something that has worked well, but it's really good to see that this campaign actually resulted in some good leads or some good sales, and also getting feedback from clients as well. So I think it's nice to kind of get it confirmed that what you're doing is worth it and it's helping
Mm-hmm.
the businesses and people at the same time.
Okay, great. So in terms of the younger generation then coming into the world of marketing and digital marketing, what would you give advice? What is your number one tip that you would give them? What kind of advice would you give to them? And is there anything that you would have done differently coming into the world of marketing, just so they can kind of learn from somebody who's kind of gone through their career and ended up creating a marketing agency?
I think I would say just be brave. Try many things, many different areas of marketing. See what you like, see what you don't like, and just stick to what you think you like and try to develop in that area and become better and better. Learn more about the area you're interested in every day. Have some confidence and try things and see what you like and stick to it.
Okay, thank you. In terms of the next part of this interview, then, is a little bit about naming a few people that in the business world, it can be to do with marketing, it can be in general in the business world, some people that you want to give a shout out to that you feel are inspirational. You may have seen some of their work, maybe it's on LinkedIn, maybe it's on some other social media channels, maybe you've read a book. Is there 3 individuals that you can mention that you take inspiration from and you think are inspirational people, and give us a little bit of a reason why you've chosen those on your list.
So I think the first one would be Brian Tracy, and I know that he's like quite a well-known guy in the business world. He's more kind of like a life coach, maybe I would say, but I think he's a really good one to listen to when you just want to get motivated and positive, and maybe increase your self-esteem. I think, yeah, I really like listening or watching his videos when I need some motivation. So he's got a lot of interesting ones on how your mind works, and how to get into a good not mind, but how to like just kind of switch your mind to think positive um and and think big. I think the second one would be Stephen Bartlett. I think he's quite a popular one nowadays. Probably quite a few people have heard or listened or watched his podcast. He's done a really good job with this podcast, in my opinion, and he's got so many interesting people on there that is just so worth listening to. And it's not only marketing, it's just a variety of different people from different industries, different businesses, and that can really give you a good motivation and also a good kind of overview of what kind of companies are out there. And I think the third one will be Chris and Jason from the Paid Search podcast. So that's more kind of specific to paid media. PPC, I think mainly. They mainly kind of cover Google Ads, but I think they sometimes also talk about Facebook and other platforms. But yeah, they are really good to kind of keep gaining that knowledge in PPC, and kind of understanding different people's point of view, and kind of listening other experts' strategies as well, because sometimes, yeah, as I said before, like sometimes it's just difficult to keep up and understand all the changes and remember everything. So they are really good to listen to when you just want to keep growing yourself in growing your knowledge in PPC.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Anna, for answering all of those questions and taking the time out today to provide value for our audience. If any viewers or listeners would like to get in touch with you, can you maybe let them know how they can do that?
Yeah, sure. So probably the best way is to go through our website. You'll be able to find an email address to contact or get in touch with us. And we also have a free marketing review, which is also another way of contacting us and also getting a free review of your website. You'll also be able to find a phone number, so that's also another way to get in touch with Visibility Agency.
Awesome. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really pleased with it, and I'm really looking forward to see how, what's going to happen with this podcast. I think it's going to be really good, so I'm excited.
Me too. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.